Hey folks, Wish SE. I've had a request, actually several requests over the last month for me to speak a little bit about ready positions with a carbine. Basically, we're talking about the same thing that we are when we have a handgun. So with a handgun, obviously because the handgun is a shorter instrument, I can have a high ready position here. I can have a low ready position, which is approximately 45 degrees, so I'm coming up, seeing my front sight, pressing a shot. Again, compressed ready. For whatever reason, I need to keep the gun close to me. And then some people favor a high ready. Now, with regards to a high ready, a couple things to be aware of. A high ready position here, if you do not have good finger, trigger, muscle discipline around managing your trigger, this is potentially unsafe because I can send a round up and out of this range. So many people prefer a ready position that is essentially here, pointing at the threat, simply pressing the gun out till you've got the front sight on the threat, and then pressing your shot. With a carbine, not much difference. So with a carbine, I can have a low ready position, which is approximately 45 degrees down. I'm coming up, I'm seeing my front sight, and I'm pressing a shot. Okay? So, up, look, press. That's all there is to it. Some people favor a ready position that is much more, I consider almost a high ready position, in that all I've got to do is bring the gun up a very short distance from here to here to get on my optic. Very short, but it's still enough that I can rotate my head and get a 360 degree scan if I need to. Finally, the other one that some people like is this sort of high, almost a port arms position here. So I'm simply coming up, finding that cheek weld, press. So if you think about that, this really makes no difference aside from what your specific range may allow. So if your standard operating procedure of the range says all muzzles must be pointed into the berm, and you can't have any muzzle up positions like this, obviously you're not going to do that. For me, when we train, one of the positions I like quite a bit is this one, because after I've fired my shot, the distance from here to here is relatively short, and it's a comfortable position to be in. This low ready position here, scan, assess, up, look, press my shot if I have to. So that's a quick look at different ready positions. The last one, again, is not necessarily one that's used a lot, but this idea of an underarm assault position. So for whatever reason, I'm in a very tight close quarters situation and I need to be able to engage my threat without bringing the gun up to point. So this would be point shooting distances, 7 yards max, right? From here, though, if I had to, I could fire and get combat effective hits, again, from a point shooting standpoint, out to approximately 7 yards. So these are just a couple of different ready positions that you might want to experiment with. The main thing is comply with whatever your range protocol is in terms of their safety procedures, how you can and can't keep that muzzle and where you can and can't keep it. And finally, and as always, stay safe.